Hey everybody, welcome to a weekend edition of a quick tip. I'm working on a baby quilt and it's a Cuddle Fleece kit that I got when I was at the Novi, Michigan Sewing Expo a few weeks ago, and I decided that I was going to start working on it yesterday. And as I got going, it occurred to me I have some really good tips for you if you're working with Cuddle Fleece or fleecy fabric or fuzzy fabric like this. This is a picture of the completed project. It's a cute little whale and it's appliqued onto fuzzy fleece, and it's the whole thing is fuzzy fleece except for these little fish which are ultra suede. So I just want to share a few things that were in the instructions. So my first tip for you is if you're working on something that's new, take a minute and read the instructions because there's usually a lot of really good tips in there. I'm not a big instruction reader. In this case, I'm really glad I did. So the first thing is, it told you to cut out all the pieces and then put them in the dryer, because what happens is when you work with things like this, the edges fray. Like I can see how I can pull out the fluff and it falls all over the place and it makes a gigantic mess. I made a pair of lounging pants for my dad for Christmas last year out of something similar, and he left little pieces of lint all over the furniture for the first month of wearing them. So the tip that will prevent that from happening here is you cut out your pieces and then you put them in the dryer on just the air cycle, not the heat, for about 10 minutes, and all of the fluff gets fluffed off the fabric and into your lint catcher in your dryer, and then you don't have a mess. I also cut these outside with a cutting board on my table in the backyard. That saved a lot of mess for my studio as well. Once you put things in the dryer, notice I can move these around and there's no spare or little flecks of lint coming off these pieces because they had been in the dryer. So that's the benefit of putting them in the dryer and fluffing them up. It's not messy. All right, the second tip I want to give you when you're working with something like Cuddle Fleece and you're quilting is you want to make sure that it all pets the same way. So you can see here I've got all the pieces laid out, and if I pet them, the fleece is all facing in this downward direction. But if I switch a piece, let me just show you, because this kind of fleece has a nap. So now look at this. If I do this, look what happens. Okay, it changes color where the other ones aren't. So if you want to quilt with this sort of soft fleece or fuzzy fleece or velour or anything that has a nap, it makes really cuddly baby quilts. But you have to take care to make sure the nap is all going in the right direction. All right, so that's my weekend quick tip for today. After I put this together, I'm going to start working on my ponte jeans, so I'm super excited. Plus, I want to mention that I will be doing a how to fix a pant leg that you cut too short next week as well, because I promised one of my students on my Craftsy class that I would do that. So stay tuned for that next week as well. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Quick Tip Tuesday.